Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here. Welcome and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If it's your first time on this channel, I post 4 to 5 times a week fragrance related content, but I do have other mixed bag of content in my playlist just to amp things up on this channel. Now, if that sounds like something that interests you and you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing and joining the family. I'd very much appreciate you coming on board. To those who are returning, thank you so much guys for the continued support. Today we have a single fragrance to review. This is by popular demand. I am going to be reviewing Lattafa YARA MOI. Why I say it's by popular demand, guys, is I have featured YARA MOI in one video that I did at Dubai Perfume Cafe. And when I did do a brief review of this one, I did say I was not going to include it in my collection. Reason why then was because it was not love at first sniff. Now that I have it, it's still not love at second or third sniff. But why I have it here, guys, is on my original YARA review, I have over 21, if not 22,000 views on that video. And in the comment section, the request that comes the most is, please review YARA for us. So I do have it now in my collection. I'm going to give it a quick spray on this for those who want to see the atomizer, and we are going to get into it. So that is YARA MOI's atomizer, guys. YARA MOI, guys, is listed as having jasmine and peach at the top, followed by caramel and amber at the mid, and the base of this one being patchouli and sandalwood. Now, what I smell offset is a screechy, busy, fruity, floral, that's powdery. That's what I can say about this. Now, when I say screechy and busy, unfortunately this is a fragrance that carries that sort of vibe all through. When I decided to purchase this fragrance, I said to myself, maybe I judged it too quickly, maybe there's something that I'm missing. But unfortunately, guys, it still smells that way. This fragrance is a screechy floral with the peach that would have been the most beautiful peach there, smelling not overly ripe but borderline rotten. That's what I get. And I don't have a problem with peach fragrances. That is the reason why bitter peach is always going to be one of my favorites. I love peach. But unfortunately here for Lattafa, it looks like either this is of a bad batch, which I doubt because I didn't purchase it at Dubai Perfume Cafe. I bought it from another country and it's still coming across as having that rotten, borderline fecal smelling peach. I'm sorry guys if you love this fragrance, but to me that's what spoils everything. And to top it off, it has like an earthy, damp smelling patchouli, and that patchouli is a bit on the busy side. I do get the floral here, the jasmine, but it makes it very hard to enjoy it because of that rotten peach smell. Okay, now I would love to know from you guys, if you have this fragrance in your collection, please come in the comment section and let me know whether I am right or I'm wrong, because it feels as though there is a note in here that has gone bad, but mostly being the peach, that unfortunately Lattafa needs to do something about. So no guys, Lattafa YARA MOI is not a favorite of mine at all, which is heartbreaking because YARA is one of my faves, and the success of YARA speaks a lot, you know. So for them to have like a fragrance within the line that succeeds that but falls flat is a little bit of something that I think have to do something about. There is also something here that feels like a popcorn note. So instead of this fragrance becoming like a creamy fragrance, which is like a temporary promise that you get in the opening as though it's going to be in the creamy family, it then has like a saltiness there and something that feels like a popcorn note coming through, but again not in a good way. You know, every time I say, oh, this is a mood lifter, this is certainly not a mood lifter. It is just a fragrance that just falls flat. I mean, at least to me, it's not a mood lifter for me. It's just a fragrance that is depressing, if you will. And I did list this one in the no oud crowd pleasing fragrances, and that was not by mistake. It is because this DNA typically is a crowd pleasing DNA. It's not an oudie DNA. I just thought, okay, I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it's just my bad batch, and this is why I've done a review soon, so that if you watch that video and you come to this one, then you can make your decision. There is something that's just offish with this. I would say smell this one first before you purchase it. There's an addition of ambroxan here, and the ambroxan in most cases, you know, adds like a velvety creamy touch to fragrances. Ambroxan also grounds fragrances, but this fragrance is all over the place. It just doesn't work. What you end up with, guys, is a fragrance that is just failing to state itself. It feels like it could have been creamy, but it's not. It feels like it could have been a lactonic, but I cannot come here and say this is a lactonic scent. No, can I come here and say this is a floral scent? I can't come here and say this is a sweet scent. It's just a fragrance that has no identity to me, because it's just too busy doing, unfortunately, not nothing, because it's super long lasting. It's a fragrance doing something, but something that is not very friendly to the nose, if you will. So yeah, guys, do let me know if you've got this, and if there's something wrong with my batch, and do let me know what you smell from yours. Lasting power here is amazing. I sprayed this one on myself, but I ended up having to wash it off because it was just doing too much. And then my other strategy is I spray the curtains when I'm trying to like read a fragrance, when I'm trying to like decode a fragrance. I spray the curtains, and oh my God, it was like the whole day of this fragrance doing whatever it is doing. So in terms of performance, if you're the sort of person that loves this profile, the performance is not going to disappoint you. It's just, to me, I was expecting a creamy fragrance. I was expecting a gourmand leaning fragrance. I was expecting a buttery caramel of a fragrance, and I know it's not my expectations that should have been that Lattafa should have worked with. I do get that, but I am just saying the profile itself feels as though it could have been this, but it's not. And it could have been creamy, but it's not. It could have been, you know, fluffy, but it's not. It could have been buttery, but then it turns salty, a little bit like maybe like oily popcorn, you know. So it's just a lot happening in this fragrance. So unfortunately, if you're going to purchase this one for yumminess, if you get that, I'd love to know, but I doubt. This is not a yummy fragrance. This is not a super floral fragrance. It's mostly that peach, fecal leaning peach doing the most, mostly like a spoiled peach doing the most. So a bit of a disappointment there from Lattafa. If it's not just a bad batch, then it's not what I was expecting, especially after the success of Lattafa and Assad. You know, the men who have used Lattafa Assad, the reviews on that are crazy. You know, that is a fragrance that's favored by many. Lattafa YARA is also an amazing fragrance, you know, that is favored by many. It is one fragrance that almost every woman wants in their collection. And then to have this, unfortunately, this falls flat. So yeah, that's what I can say, guys, about this fragrance. Nothing interesting. Now that I've sprayed it in this closet, I know that it's going to be smelling like this for a while, because when I sprayed the curtains, I couldn't get rid of the smell here because it is a very strong smell. So that's it, guys. Yara Moi, a fragrance that has failed to make the cut in my collection. It's gonna be on the declutter list, but even then, I have to ask the person that I'm gonna give this to spray it on them first, because it can be a little bit on the offensive side, if you will. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section, guys, where we obviously discuss more about fragrances. Turn on post notifications, guys. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. And the biggest question being, have you subscribed? If not, then why not? Like and share this video, and remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.